Hello, today we'll talk about a topic that blew the internet in just one day. On January 6th, Jeffree Star posted a scandalous selfie feeding rumors about his alleged affair with Kanye West. Around the same time that violent Trump supporters were storming the Capitol, the day began with the news that Kim Kardashian West and Kanye West were reportedly headed for divorce after 6 years. But since the day included an insurrection, make no apologies for no having a bandwidth for 2021 most insane rumor yet. Here's how the internet fed the rumor about Jeffree Star and Kanye West having an ongoing affair and where it came from in the first place.
I am now going to present you the outline of our work. So, talking about motivation, we're going to tell you more about what motivated us to do this project and to choose this topic in particular. Background information, it will consist of talking about the people that are involved in this drama, their lives, and how these fake news even started. Next up, data and method. We're going to present to you the data that we collected and the method that we used while working on this project and collecting data. Our results, discussion, and examples will tell you more about what things and feelings were caused by this rumor and the comments that were left under the reports of these news. And finally, we'll do a reflection during which we'll tell you what we've learned about this information and its harm.
So, why are we talking about this in the first place? First and foremost, these news broke the internet in just one day. Not knowing how to check the information, people started spreading it and caused a lot of trouble for both Jeffree Star and Kanye West. People started massively following Jeffree Star and Kanye West and calling them cancel.
Background information. So it all began when Kanye and Kim Kardashian West's divorce was reported and suddenly broke the internet. People, of course, were really eager to know what or who was the cause of this divorce. Soon, someone started to spread the rumor that a famous makeup artist, Jeffree Star, was the one to blame. So, this rumor started on a social media platform called TikTok and alleged that Jeffree Star was the one to blame. The whole situation was actually very believable because Jeffree was no stranger to controversies and was even fanning the flame by tweeting and addressing Kanye.
Speaking of data, we collected it from 2 articles and 23 comments. It was hard to find an old article about the subject because many of them were pushed to the back by new articles, clearing up this whole rumor. The two sites that these articles were published to are El Oficial and Talent Recap. It isn't as popular as, let's say, Dailymotion or, let's say, New York Times, but it still helps spread this false information to people. The comments were collected from both Twitter, YouTube, articles, and many other sources.
We were suggested a methodology for picking the data. It was to make a list of keywords like names that are associated to the case. Then we would put those words into a program that checks if the text that is given to the program contains any of the given words and shows the amount of words found within the given text. After analyzing the results, we conclude whether or not the texts that we found were on our chosen topic. After that, we thoroughly read the text and analyze them. The texts picked were articles and comments. The comments were later separated into these groups based on what the intent of the commenter was at the time of writing. Using another list of words that can be associated with that group, we can clearly show the opinion of most people who were discussing the topic. More on that in the following segment. And now the results. A whopping 10 cases were of people that were accepting of these circumstances, even when there is no evidence to support the claim that Kanye had such a relationship. The other cases were of the people that were associating this with some negative emotions like anger or disappointment. However, only 4 cases of these occurrences were found, and a measly 3 cases of an external enemy were also present. This is referring to those types of cases where people are relating the case of Mr. West's and Mrs. Kardashian's divorce to some external party's scheme or hidden agenda, which are usually presented as evil in some way. Another observation is that the language that the people were using was filled to the brim with grammatical and/or spelling errors.
Talk about the discussion of the source followers. Having analyzed some sources and comments, we split them into a few groups. And so the group with the most comments is about accepting the truth and not doing any further research. After analyzing most of the comments, we concluded that people who accept fake news are the same people who believe in anything that is being said to them. Some comments mention that it's 2021 and that we should accept a non-traditional couple, but the comments varied. So the next topic that had a big part of users' comments are about negative emotions. There were a lot of comments who didn't care about the subject and joked about it. But on the other hand, some were devastated that their idol engaged in such unchristian Christianity since he started making songs about God and being religious. One of the last subjects our team chose was about an external enemy. Many people wrote something just to write something. Case point, the fact that some people blame the Kardashians and some blame the government. This shows that not even the people who know whom to blame. A big coincidence that we spotted that many commenters didn't write with many grammatical thought. Our hypothesis is that they didn't think that the subject is formal enough to write correctly, or they were in a big hurry and wrote as best as they could.
This project helped us learn English in the ways we didn't think we could by letting us go through multiple articles till we find the ones for both implicitly but most importantly explicitly state the topic that we're doing research on, which is something that we definitely didn't expect.
So, having done this project, we met new friends. We made new friends. We are made from 3 different classes, I think, and even 2 different age groups. And we met people who have different skill sets, and we are happy.
We learned how disinformation affects people. Some get angry that this is something that is being said. Some simply believe the claims without sufficient evidence because they trust people. But people sometimes lie or simply don't know what they are saying, and then other people gullibly believe these people. And it's sad that this is the case.
Last but not least, while working on this project, we learned how different people can be. So, people's actions diverge greatly because of their views, their minds, opinions, feelings, and how different people can be in general. Some seem weird and some you agree with, but at the end of the day, people are different and have different opinions, and we should accept that.
So thank you for listening and see you in the next video.